basically, they're saying that they're debunking all the players of the past, basically. And I've said this for a long time, and obviously, you know how I feel about today's game to the game back in the day. And I said, obviously, the reason why you got like the gap now is so much smaller. You ain't got players that stand out as much, is because the balance of the game is hair now. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's higher.
Like the average player back then was probably hair. Then you had the Maverick that was all the way up here. Now, like the Maverick players all the way up here, but then you got the average player like just there, just below. Do you know what I mean? So that's why the game don't look as, because everyone can play now. Everyone can pick the ball up in a tight space. And everyone can. Do you know what I mean? Like pitch, etc. Didn't mean get anyone down. It's basically like what they were saying with, you know, LeBron was like, oh, Giannis could score 250 points.
In the 70s,
Yeah. I was like, the players of today would do the same back in the day. It doesn't matter about the challenges, etc. It's just evolution. It's like, it's simply is what it is. But
understandable.
But they've been debunking basically the players and who they performed against, etc.
One thing I ain't gonna do is disrespect them, man, though, because them man are the man that made us fall in love with the game. And as much as people are saying, as much as the average has gone up, I still think those Mavericks of the game, the Ronaldos, the Thierry Henrys, the Maldinis, the Dans, they're still in that upper echelon of player today. They're even above that. Do you get what I mean? Because who's top? Okay, if you go top 5 players in the world today, who would you say they are?
Mbappé.
Yep.
Messi.
Yep. I know you're gonna say him, but he's always playing football. He's in there.
Till he's dead, he's gonna be my top 5.
Yeah, as long as he's playing football, he's in there.
Who else would you say is in your top 5? You put Lamine Yamal in there?
Probably. Yeah.
Would you put Van Dijk?
But you put oh yeah. Salah's probably in there.
Usman. Yeah.
So Salah, Usman, Dembele.
Yeah.
That's 6.
Yeah, I guess so. Vinicius.
So
Valverde.
Vinicius. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's 8.
Yeah.
So those are your top 8 for today. We're just going off on top of our heads. Yeah. Who would you say top 8 back then was? We're talking about Ronaldo, Ronaldinho. So let's go early 2000s.
Yeah, say Ronaldo, Ronaldinho, Henry, you'd say. You know, I've got personal beef with Henry, but we won't get into that.
Zidane.
Your Figos.
Yeah.
Iniesta. Yeah.
So if we put those names next to the names of today, who actually, in terms of as a football player, is better?
I'll be real. Now, let's talk about it this way. Do we talk about these guys because they're our heroes in that way, and like these men of today are our age mates, so we don't give them the manners and respect, the man of today?
No, I don't think we do. I honestly don't think we do, because we respect these players of today highly.
Yeah, like, I don't think we look at them like, okay, they're well beaters, like you know what you said, like who the top players are today, like we just don't read them off. Do you know what I mean? But back then you could just go boom, 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 boom. But that's because they was our heroes. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
If you place the man of today, back then, they're doing outrageous numbers. Just like the LeBron was saying, like, I think because these are our age mates, and obviously you had the man in the past, and the man in the past talk on these guys of, okay, like in our time. And I remember that was that for us was a fun time. Like you got to see, man, like Jokic, obviously, Jokic's probably the greatest center of all time.
Yeah, I think he's going to go down as that.
Do you know what I mean? Well, everyone talks about, the physical side, etc. But I'm like, because these are our age mates and it's of today, and I feel like the reason why we talk about these players so much is because they're so accessible.
Right.
And we don't talk about that enough, how accessible these players are. Like, you can go there and you can comment on a player's Instagram.
Performance, you know what I mean? Anything. You can be personable with it.
Exactly. You could be in a club and you could see that player. Like, you go to a club and you can see that player. Like, social media has made these players so accessible, and so back then, you didn't even know where these men were going clubbing.
No.
Nowadays, we know that this person. If you saw that club, it's like, oh my god, that person's club. Now you see that person in club, it's like,
it's just him.
He's here. Do you know what I mean?
He's here every weekend. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that doesn't take away from their ability. I understand what you're saying.
I think it takes away from that bubble it gives you.
Superstar status.
Yeah,
Are you saying like because we're looking at them as like they were gods to some extent? Like
yeah. Like we
the
couldn't
untouchable.
get close to them, man, back in the day.
Right. But but then take that factor away and go ability on the football pitch. Would you say Ronaldo, fat Ronaldo,
Yeah,
R9, the king, yeah? Would you say Mbappe is better than R9?
I'd say
Not just on a footballing
on a
level.
footballing term, I say with what Mbappe is playing with and playing against now, 100%. If you were to throw
You think
Mbappe,
so? On a,
if you was to throw Mbappe back then, Mbappe would look like the second coming of Jesus Christ.
he might, he probably would do, but R9, I feel like R9's prime. Bring that to today. What he's gonna do? R9 today, Real Madrid, Barcelona. He scores 60 a season, bro.
Again, I just don't know because defenders back then. When I think about it, when I look at defenders, yeah, especially, and you ever watch the Premier League years, yeah? What's the Premier
Yeah,
League years of today? Not
yeah,
like Premier League years
yeah,
when we were growing up, when we were 14, 15. No, we used to get it on before we used to go to
yeah, yeah.
pre-season in the summer and
Mm-hmm.
that when the foot was off. Yeah, and you speak
Yep.
all day at your football club. Go look at the Premier League today, Premier League years of today. You're like, kind of bullshit is going on here? Do you know what I mean?
No, you do
I'm
that as
thinking,
well. That's
and
where.
even if you look at like the old Champions League clips, you're thinking, kind of bullshit is really going on here? Like,
But brother, the level of football, like the level of talent, I still can't say like on eye test alone of what I've watched because I'm going off what I've watched. I'm not going off what people have shown me. I'm going off what I've watched. So when I watched Kaka in that Champions League run
but
doing a mad thing,
that's
I haven't
I
seen.
think that I think post 2005 where the game changes. Do you know what I mean?
But then you get, but then you get Gareth,
When you start seeing a game of average players going, do you know what I mean?
but,
That's what you see
but
it.
you get a Gareth Bale then going to Inter Milan and doing a mad thing like he did.
That's
So like,
but again, what year is that? 2010, 2011.
yeah,
Exactly. And
but
this is where the game, the average starts going, like the average player starts going on like this. This is where like every team starts getting like financially good, etc.
right, right,
Everyone starts
right,
growing
right.
up together.
Italy was the
Like I'm
main
looking
thing.
today and I just saw Bournemouth's new training ground.
Oh, it's sensational! I couldn't believe my eyes.
I
It's bigger
said,
than I said what? Bournemouth a big
Bournemouth,
club now, bro. When I saw it, I said Bournemouth a big club.
massive. I
I
didn't
said
even
they
know
must
Bournemouth
them,
till about 10 years ago. I didn't know it was a place.
bro. That was my first. But you know what's funny? Bournemouth was my first ever Premier League game in the squad,
Yeah, exactly. That's crazy.
and I went there and I thought it was a non-league ground.
Yeah,
No disrespect.
yeah. I genuinely, because when you're in, like, people are going to you sound like a dick, but when you're in them top academies, right, you
Hmm.
don't play against them other teams. Like, you only play against probably the lower teams like MK Dons, etc., because they're close to you, close region.
Yep.
And
Hmm.
then they're like, do you know what I mean? But you don't, I knew Southampton, but I didn't know Bournemouth was right next door. I
No,
knew
bro. I
Portsmouth,
didn't. I
but
didn't know
Portsmouth
who
were in the
Bournemouth
Premier
were.
League.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's like you don't really look like. Obviously, you have the standout players in the non-league that everyone knows
Mm.
of like back then. But like I said, non-league, like in the lower
Premier
league,
League.
like league what, like lower than the
Yeah.
Prem. Sorry. And so yeah, and I look at Bournemouth now, and I'm thinking, can you imagine what Bournemouth's training around was like in like '95?
Would you think they had a training ground in '95?
This is what I mean. This is why the gaps were so big because the big clubs had ridiculous training grounds. Do you know what I mean? Like people
Mm.
complain about Carrington, about the Old Man United training
Yeah.
ground Carrington, and I'm
Hmm.
like, Carrington today is better than most. It's probably better than every league, like Championship club, whatever.
Training ground. Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
I'd say so.
So
Yeah, yeah.
imagine having that in freaking 2000.
Forever.
Exactly.
Forever.
Why do you think Man United was so
Yeah.
much better than everyone else?
Understood.
So
But that still goes down to, but that's obviously that's development of players over the years. That's development of players obviously at that football club. But then that's what I understand you're saying the gap is massive. But then if the gap is massive, the gap is still massive in terms of like, if we deep it, like Real Madrid's players, like if you deep that Premier League, yeah, the gap is really, really actually massive from the top four to not even top four, the top three teams downwards.
yeah,
So the gap is still big.
I don't even think that matters because Premier League now. Do you remember how excited you used to get when a team beat another team? So it's like, let's say,
Yeah.
he would be the team.
Southampton, you always used to be Arsenal.
Yeah, like, but that's not even. I'm not even talking about then. I'm talking about. Let's talk about early 2000s. Let's talk about a club like Everton. So Everton beat United back in like 2005.
It was unheard of.
Unheard of. Now you hear it. It's just like, oh, boom, like Bournemouth beat City. Okay, Brentford beat Liverpool. Oh, okay. Do you know what I mean?
Because
like no one is surprised anymore. There's no surprising factor because everyone is so good. There's generally no more surprising factor. Everyone can beat everyone now. It's casual. Before, no one was supposed to beat anyone. Like you weren't supposed to beat the big team, and big teams didn't lose. They drew.
Do you know why you're not wrong? Because you see all these records that keep getting broken at all these stadiums. Man United never lost against this team since 1965. This team has never lost at home.
Week.
Yeah, like every week a new record is broken at Old Trafford. I'm like, bro, what is going on? Because these man, if you look at it like that, they never used to lose.
They never ever lost.
The only games they were really playing against were back then, really and truly, it was Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, Liverpool.
Exactly. And now you're hearing. I think I heard something about Fulham ain't beat United at Old Trafford since 2001 or something ridiculous like that. I can't remember. But now they beat them 3 times in a row at Old Trafford.
Yeah. Wolves just broke up to these places and beat teams, and they've never gone to that ground and won a game in their lives.
This is what I'm saying.
So no, you're not wrong. You're not wrong in that sense. Like that's how you can kind of judge the gap. But I just think to myself, when it's the top end players, the best of the best, I think the R9s, the Ronaldinhos, the Zidanes, the way they slip, the Iniestas, the way they come back into football today, they are they're the cream of the crop. They dominate the game. I feel like they dominate the game on another level because they were doing on.
I'll be real. Iniesta don't count because Iniesta was one of the best players in the world.
He's every era.
Yeah, but I'm talking about. I think we just have to leave them in the eras. So like on reason that I don't think they come into this era. I think this era with how it is, like you dropped all the players and you dropped them in their time. Like it's for example, it's how our dads talk about Platini and Maradona and
Maldini
and all them man. Like bro, like them man, they're the best of era, but they can't come. I was watching Pele highlights. Brothers were standing there, and I was like, I said, I'm not even being disrespectful, but I'm getting 25 and 17 assists. Because they're nowhere near as athletic as me.
I understand where you're coming from, but what I'm saying is when you think about the upgrades, and I saw Ronaldo, R9, playing on a cow patch, of a football pitch, and was doing an absolute madness, bro. Yeah. When I watched it, I said, this man might be the best footballer I've ever seen.
I know exactly the video you're talking about, and I respect
Milan. See, imagine that on a perfect grass pitch. Them man were playing at Old Trafford. Remember he scored a hat-trick at Old Trafford? Yeah. It wasn't a perfect grass pitch.
No, it weren't.
It was not a perfect grass pitch. Imagine them right now on the Premier League pitches we got right now. Yeah. Imagine them in these facilities, what they could do. Look what they were doing on that rubbish, and think about what they could do today, bro.
Okay, but I want you to take the exact peak of R9. So the exact peak, right?
Yeah, so what's his peak? Inter Milan?
I'd say 90, 98, 99. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you take that peak, R9, and you slap him today. Yeah. And this is where people just take the piss because everyone's going to say how athletic, this game's so much more athletic, and they don't talk about the technical side. I don't think he's running past them, man, like he was running past them. Because all defenders are rapping now.
Reice. Prime R9.
I don't think he's ducking past them.
The strongest. He's the best technically on the football pitch. He can finish better than everyone in the world. Nah, Prime R9, put him in today's era.
I don't think he's running past the best of the best, slap him in the Champions League. I don't think he's running past them.
So you don't think Prime R9's beating Van Dijk? You don't think one-on-one Prime R9's doing up Van Dijk? I saw rookie Martial do up Van Dijk at Southampton. I think Prime R9 is giving him hell. No disrespect to Virgil van Dijk, he's the best. But the Prime R9 is another level.
I'll be real, I don't think it's happening. I genuinely don't think it's happening, brother. As bad as it sounds, that's why I respect my goats, because these men are my goats, but it's not happening.
So you truly believe that this era of players. Obviously, Messi is the far and away the best thing we've ever seen.
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
not.
yeah.
He's in a different stratosphere.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
This era of players versus the last era of players, the best of the best. You're taking this era of players over them.
Yeah. 100%.
I can't.
The thing is, we just disrespect them because, like I said, we're too close to them and it's too much. Like for me, and people are going to hate me when I say this, but Pogba is a better footballer than Zidane.
It's actually not a bad shout. I'm not even going to sit here and argue it.
And I'll be real. It's not even. I'll be real. It's not even close as well.
No.
No. Big man team. It's because because obviously Pogba's not doing it, and people used to love it in the slow motion thing. These men are doing it rapid. It's like when I talk about the Ronaldinho Neymar. Yeah, Neymar is doing everything Ronaldinho does, rapido.
No, Neymar is going down as the best Brazilian player of all time. By the way, I am in agreement with that. Like I've had arguments about R9 and Neymar all day, but Neymar's going down as the best Brazilian player.
Yes, like when you look at Neymar and what he's doing, and
he does everything 100 miles per hour better than everyone else,
bro. Like people always tell me Ronaldinho's better than Neymar. I said, what is Ronaldinho better than Neymar at?
Nah, that's not true. He's not. Ronaldinho's not better than Neymar at football. I'll be real.
He's not.
Ronaldinho just made us fall in love with the game.
Exactly.
Neymar, yeah. Neymar at football might be the second best footballer
we have ever seen.
Yeah, like at football. I'm not talking about the consistency factor and add the injuries, but
no. Add all of that because Neymar. You look at his numbers to what he does, etc., and his entertainment to the game and what he does for the game. He is the second best we have ever seen.
Because he's and I say at football because he's a better football player than Cristiano Ronaldo.
Correct.
But Cristiano Ronaldo, obviously, the accolades and everything that comes with it,
you can't go in. You can't question.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
But at football, Messi's number one.
He just needs to stop kicking ball for country.
He's taking a piss. He's taking a piss. We'll get onto that.
Yeah.
But Neymar, I believe, is the second best football player we've ever actually seen.
Yeah.
But at the game,
Messi
is far and away the first.
Yeah.
But then I feel like after that, you then go into the R9s is then the best on the ball. I think that's when you go into that sort of selection, though. I don't think you go deeper than that. But I don't think I can sit here and say Mbappé is a better football player at football than R9. That could never be the case. I don't think he can ever be on that technical level. He's a lot quicker than him, but like as a technical football player,
no man, because Mbappe's better than Henry though.
At ball,
yeah. He's just doing. That's what I'm talking about. The athleticism and the stuff he's doing it at is too quick. Mbappe is on fuckeries.
Mbappe's better than Henry at ball,
yes.
as in like all round football.
Yeah.
Do you know what? For the moment, you know me, I'm Arsenal fan for that's the hero, that's the king.
Of course,
TT is the king. I don't know at football. Nah, Mbappe's done too much in the World Cup by himself for me to not say he is. But
bro,
Henry
look at the standard of football.
You know?
Look at this standard of football he played against a lot. Like Mbappe is on actual fuckeries. Like I genuinely don't understand how a man kicks ball like that at that pace as well.
It's crazy. It is crazy.
But because the thing is though, and what's mad is, see how Henry used to get away from players, yeah? Henry was getting away from players that were nowhere near athletically by him.
As gifted. Yeah.
Everyone today, as you know, I'm talking about from conference prem, yeah, to league, to the fucking Premier League. Every brother is an athlete or you're not playing today.
Yeah, in some form of capacity, you're not wrong. The game's changed a lot.
Exactly.
But the one thing you can't do is you can't knock a man for playing against what was there because he was on an elite athleticism. Because everyone's now in that same elite athleticism.
And look how far ahead Mbappe is. To everyone else.
No, but what I'm saying is Henry was elite back then.
Yeah.
He's still elite today. That's what I'm saying. Because they were elite back then when everyone else wasn't that. But they're still the top of the top
Yeah,
today.
but I look at today. So look at France. So before I even get into
So you're telling me?
look at the wingers. Do you reckon Frank Ribery is a better winger than Barcola or what's his name? Do?
Do I reckon? No. No. I reckon towards the back end of the career, no way.
Like these men are different. Like name me a winger in football from back then that's better than Ousmane Dembele.
It's difficult.
And this ain't no recency bias because we've been talking about we talk about Dembele for years. So this ain't no recency bias. We know when we talk about ability, we spoke about
he's the best.
Yeah, name me a player better than Ousmane Dembele. You cannot tell me a winner. Huh?
Dino, Janino.
None of these men are Ousmane Dembele level at all, and I'm telling you that for free. Not one of them.
It's because you know his ability on both feet. Like when you see Ousmane Dembele at his top form,
he shouldn't be doing half the things he does at the speed he does it at the lot.
When you see Ousmane Dembele at top form, you actually say Ousmane Dembele might be the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Like that's when he's
he could potentially, if he had a consistent level, be the best player ever.
No, I wouldn't say ever. I would say he's the best player in the world.
No, because if he really took the game like how he's supposed to,
seriously, yeah.
There's no one with ability like him. Like I'll be real, I do not see
if
anything.
He livened up.
Huh?
If he livened up when he was at Barcelona,
yes,
and decided to go to sleep instead of playing video games, he would have been. Then he wasn't. They were giving him, bro. I went to watch him live when Messi was on the same pitch as him.
Yes.
When he got the ball, the crowd erupted, bro. I've never felt anything like it in a football stadium before. Messi was on the pitch. Suarez was on the pitch. Griezmann was on the pitch.
Yes.
And Ousmane Dembele. The ball was. They would miss out Messi and give it to Ousmane.
It
was crazy.
People don't see this shit. People think,
it was crazy,
bro. Like ability now in football is dumb. Have you seen the kids today coming through? I watch YouTube videos of these young kids, and I'm even turning into that old head where it's like they couldn't play in my day. Or these little 13, 14-year-olds, and like they couldn't play. What these youths are doing with a football right now is dumb, and that's how the game is.
I understand the evolution, but I also understand that like to play at the highest level, these great things you're doing under no pressure that we see online, because that's what you're seeing. You're seeing boys and that do mad things under no pressure.
No. I'm seeing them in their little academy games doing absolute mad things.
Yeah, but then
you weren't doing that in our academy days.
Reice, let's not be silly.
Did you see?
Did you ever? I used to get the ball from centre back and dribble through the whole team and score.
Okay, but did you ever get the ball, beat 3 man, and step over, and then rainbow flick over the goalie? No, you never.
I didn't think to rainbow flick. I just wanted to pass it into the net.
Brothers are rainbow flicking over goalies these days. I can't believe it.
Yeah, but bro, they're playing in full size goals.
No. This weren't a full size goals. It's an intermediate thing. I couldn't believe my eyes. I said, what the fuck is going on? I'm seeing 10-year-olds with footwork. Like my boy owns one of them football academy things, and I'm seeing the footwork these kids are doing, and I'm getting the ball and trying to do the same thing the mutes are doing, and I can't do it.
No, I understand that,
and no one can ever question me when it comes to my feet. So
no. I and the thing is, I get where you're coming from. I just sit there and go, how is that really going to translate? Is that going to translate to being a pro? Because because at 10, 11, 12, everyone has all the ability in the world. And once you get a certain age, what happens? We all know how the game works.
Have we seen Lamine Yamal's ability like this before? I don't think we have.
But the thing is, have we ever seen a level of ability of Lionel Messi?
That's what we're saying though. When Messi come on the stage, Messi was like that transition from because it was like the 90s to 2005, and then 2005 to 2020, and now we're getting 2020 to 2035. This is like I'm saying, like the gaps. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but the gaps might grow, but I just don't think we're gonna have, because I don't believe that there's gonna be a Ronaldo to a Messi. Do you get what I mean? Or a Messi to a Ronaldo. I don't believe, because I feel like to be that great, you have to have a competitor. And I don't see where that competitive rivalry is going to come between between two players. Who are the two players that are going to have that rivalry? It was going to be Mbappé and Vinicius. They're on the same team. It can't be. Is it going to be Mbappé and Ousmane? They kind of got to be at Real Madrid and Barca. What are you going to do? I don't think you have to be there.
I don't think you have to be there. I think now we're going to get Lamine, and there's going to be a brother coming in 2 years that we've not seen before. and he's going to be the next one. Do you know what I mean? And this is how it goes.